Hello everyone, it's Maite and welcome back to my channel. I am so happy to have you here with me today. So in this video, I'm going to be going over 3 super practical ways to stop procrastinating as a stay-at-home mom or a homemaker. Now, if you love tips on home management, homemaking, planning, scheduling, organization, don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you head out, because I upload a lot of those videos here on my channel and I would love to have you a part of my YouTube family. All right, let's jump into it. So the first thing that's causing you to keep procrastinating is that you don't have an end time. Now that is my #1 tip. Have a time where you are done with your task for the entire day. Now this is different than the method of setting timers for individual tasks. That works great for some people. Sometimes I do use that method. But in this way, what I mean is if you know that you are done with your day at, let's say, 8 p.m., you are much less likely to start procrastinating because you know, all right, once I'm finished with this, I am clocked out for the day. I know that I tend to procrastinate more if I feel like there is absolutely no end in sight, and I feel like we've all been there. If you think you are going to be up until 11 o'clock at night doing a task you really hate, or you're spending all of Saturday dedicated to something that you would rather not be doing, if there's no end in sight, you're much more likely to push it off because mentally it doesn't really make a difference when you get it done. So my #1 tip, have an end time. Have a time where you end your day. It's super easy, especially when you run your own schedule, to kind of always have a nebulous hour of when you are done with things. I am starting to get very strict with myself that when it comes to things regarding the home, once my daughter goes to bed, I am clocked out and I am done. So see if you start doing that and you start procrastinating a little bit less. My second tip when it comes to not procrastinating is that you are overthinking it. And what I mean by that is you don't have things set up on a routine. When it comes to the day-to-day tasks that we just don't want to do, a lot of our mental energy goes into when we'll do them, where we'll do them, if we're gonna have the time to do them, where should we start, when should we start, which task should we start with first. And that is just a ton of mental energy, and it's much easier to just check out, sit on the couch and just not do anything at all. So it stems from overwhelm as well. So my best tip for you is to put all of the mundane things on a routine. Your morning routine, your afternoon routine, your evening routine, just things you do when you know your kids are playing independently. Just have things you do and slot them into certain times, certain days of the week, and it will be so much easier for you because you won't think about them. They won't even make it to your to-do list, and you won't have time to procrastinate because it's just much easier to just get it done. You know what you have to get done and when you have to do it, and you don't have to spend all of that mental energy hewing and hawing about what's going to get done when. My third tip when it comes to not procrastinating is you don't really know where this certain task lies on the priority list. And a lot of times this task might not even be a priority. So my third tip is figuring out where this singular task or group of tasks falls on the priority list and being honest with yourself if it's not a priority. A lot of times we kick the can down the road for things that we know in the back of our head don't really matter. We have wiggle room to get it done later. If that's the case, just take it off of your to-do list, slot it in for another week. Don't take up precious space in your head thinking that you have to do a task that you don't really have to do. Now, on the flip side, if it's a very large priority and something that you really need to get done and it's overwhelming you and that's why you're procrastinating it, my one tip would be get an accountability partner to some degree, or find accountability for that task even if you don't have someone telling you that you have to get it done. So for example, I still have the entirety of my front entrance that I need to paint and decorate and all of that stuff. Now, with all of the furniture being delayed and all of that stuff, I have pushed back my goal date for that room, but it's the holidays next year. That room has to be done by next winter because I really want to get into using that space more in the winter next year. This sunroom that you see behind me, I really booked it in trying to get this done because I really wanted to get it done by the summer. And so one way that I made myself accountable was I started inviting a lot of people over for this summer. We already had some of our friends over the past couple weeks. And so it really kicked me into high gear to really just put the final touches on this room and finish it. You need to finish a big task that is indeed a priority. Finding some way to make yourself accountable to someone other than yourself is really going to help you out. I hope you guys found those 3 tips helpful, and if you did, give this video a huge thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below which tip you found the most helpful so I can do a follow-up video further explaining my process. All right, guys, that's it for me, and as always, I will catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.